Dutchess. I am coming back to you. I was just live. We were having a nice time, but you know, the trolls had to ruin it like they always do. And then YouTube muted me for like 15 minutes. YouTube muted everything I was saying. So it's just mind-blowing the ways in which this platform will just attempt to destroy my channel and my business and my livelihood and everything like that. It also looked like too, hey, hi Kenna, hi Sasha, hello again, hi. Please like, guys, so more people get notified, and people will be coming in from the last live. Hi Jada, hey guys. It looked like too somebody sent me a super chat and I couldn't even see it. That's crazy. But we all know that YouTube was literally stealing half of what I was making. Like, it's just mind-blowing. I'm mind-blown that I just literally talked into nothingness, like, for fucking 20 minutes on silent, and I had turned the chat off to avoid the trolls, and then I couldn't even see. That people were saying, we can't hear you, because I was trying to avoid the trolls. Yeah, we should start with a prayer. You guys are right. Hi, I'll say hi to everyone. Hey, Kenna. Hey, Jada. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Maria. Hello, Anonymous. Thank you. Hi, Hannah. Hello, Focused. Hi, Shin. Hey, Kat. Hi, Josie. Hi. Okay, I'm going to try to say this. Zaraza. Hello. Hi, Lise. Hey, Romina. Hi, Sela. Okay, you removed Hayden. Okay, girl, I trust you. And Kenna, just be on your game, girl, because they're coming for me. They're insulting me left and right, and then muting me so that no one can hear what I'm saying. So I trust the moderators. The devil works hard, but I say it every time. My moderators work fucking harder. That's why we give them a round of applause after every live. Thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you so much for the likes. It'll help. Oh yeah, we're going to, yeah, I trust you guys. Hughes also needs to be blocked. Hannah, I'm going to make you, a moderator. Add as moderator. Standard moderator. Okay, who else can I make a moderator? Caleb, I'm making you a moderator because you were being very helpful. Leave in the comments if you want me to make you a moderator, because I think I can have, an unlimited amount now. Glad to help. Thank you. Artistry by Christina. Will this video be posted on your channel? Yes, I just deleted the other one because half of it was silent. Hey, I just came across your live and just got really emotional because, okay. No. Okay. It's good to have mods. They help clear out the riffraff. Exactly. Who else can I make a moderator? Romina, I'm making you a moderator, if you're okay with that. Guys, if you don't want to be a moderator, just say you don't want to be a moderator. Okay, Lise, you're going to be a moderator. It's going to just be all moderators. Somebody block Daniel K. Please. Okay. Alright, we're only doing people that, I know. Okay. Anyway, can everybody hear me? Can everyone hear me? Yeah, okay, we're gonna make Daisy a moderator. Why do I feel like you're looking into my soul? 'Cause I am. 'Cause I am. Hey, I finally get to catch you live. I'm glad you made it. We set an intention. Oh, look, we got way better numbers in here too. 51 people in here and 15 likes. Please like. Hey, Katie, you're gonna be a moderator too. You can hear me good. Hey, Teresa. All right, we're getting all the OGs in here. We need all the mods because the bullies are insane. Yeah, it's the damn truth. Thank you for the likes, guys. Listen, I can't, okay, so Allie, it looks like you're, like you've been on my channel for a while. That's what that means, right? Okay, listen, if I don't like know you by your like screen name, I just can't make you a moderator right now, considering everything that's been happening. So please don't take it personally. I need to look at everyone's track record if I can't like recognize you off the bat. My hair is so majestic. Thank you. Okay, then Allie, no, it's, if you're gonna spam, absolutely not. That's not the frequency that we're trying to, yeah, play it safe, exactly. That's not the frequency we're trying to bring in. Okay, so guys, I just talked so much and YouTube muted me, and I had turned off the chat because there were so many trolls in the chat. Exactly, only good vibes. And then I didn't know I was muted because I had turned off the chat. So I just spoke for like 25 minutes and no one heard anything. Like, and then the trolls were just apparently hammering on me in the chat. So yeah, we're starting fresh, and we're going to start with a prayer. We're going to set our intentions. We did that before we left the other live. We set the intention that the trolls would go away and that, you know, we'd have more Divinity fam here. So thank you to everybody who heard our call and came in who wasn't here before. And thank you to everybody who came back, because that was messed up. Okay. So please like, and we're going to start with a prayer and setting our intentions. And I want everybody, like how Daisy had said, y'all moderators, you're fucking getting it. Thank you. Like, I think it was, or maybe it was Kat. Kat said we need to do a prayer. So let's do a prayer. Let's everybody set our intentions together. And then we'll get into the pick a card. And we're going to have some fun because it's going to be like an old Dutchy reading. And we're just going to have a good time. So... okay. Are we learning about Hinduism today? Yeah, and I just taught about it, like, to my best ability for the last 25 minutes, and then it just was mute. Oh my gosh. But today we're doing a pick a card. So anyway, we're going to say our prayers. Benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Rai, Yemaya, Kornika, Sophia, and God's source, as well as Shiva and Shakti and Lord Ganesha, please open the way and destroy all obstacles in our paths of reaching more subscribers that are actually on the same frequency as us. Please help us destroy the algorithm in your name, Lord Ganesha, because this algorithm is so hateful, it's so evil, and it constantly seeks to oppress my channel and my clients and everything. Like, it's just trying to destroy what we have built here, and what we have built is enduring, it's special, it's powerful, it's a bond in sisterhood and brotherhood, and we're happy over here and we're enjoying over here, and I think that's what the algorithm hates. We're also bringing people together over here, and I think that's also what the algorithm hates. So Lord Ganesha, please destroy all obstacles in the algorithm. Please kick out all these trolls. Please bring us like-minded individuals that can benefit from our community and our togetherness. And yes, I just say that, oh, let me just check the time really quick. Oh wait, my phone is on Do Not Disturb, but hold on one second. Okay. Guys, one of my alarms is about to go off. I'm going to click off shortly. Turn off my alarm so it doesn't ruin the live again, okay? Be right back. Okay. Let me know, guys. Trolls be gone. Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You mods are doing great. Yes, you are. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, we're all good now. Okay, and we're not going to get interrupted by more interference. Okay, great. So let's get back to our prayer. So I was just praying to Lord Ganesha. Well, I guess that was an obstacle out of our path, turning off my alarm. Okay. Thank you so much, Lord Ganesha, in advance and for everything you're already doing. And I call upon Shiva and Shakti as well to bring a balance and harmony in the divine masculine and divine feminine. Please bring a balance and harmony into the chat section. And please bring a balance and harmony into the subscribers on my channel. Please rebuke and get rid of any and all trolls or negative energies, entities, frequencies, demons, anything that is coming on this channel to cause chaos, to cause harm, to cause hurt. Please destroy them, Shiva, as you are the destroyer. Smite them down. Zeus as well. I literally just saw Zeus all pissed off. Fucking smite them down and get them anywhere but fucking here. Okay? Thank you. And I just ask, please, that I be a messenger for the divine, nothing more, nothing less. Let no truth be told for a lie and no lie be told for a truth. Let all the information that come through be kind, palatable, and easy to understand. Please grant me access to the Akashic Records so I may give a good and accurate reading, and please let all the information come from the source from which all things come. Let it flow through Christ consciousness, and please let it only ever be for the highest and greatest good of myself as the reader and those watching and enjoying in a positive frequency. Let it be for their highest and greatest good as receivers. And I just ask, please, that this live press forward in the highest possible frequency that leads us all down our highest possible timelines towards what it is that we are actually trying to achieve here, because so much of the time these trolls are just a distraction. They're trying to pull us out of our integrity. They're trying to pull us out of the frequency that we are building together here today. But Shakti, I call upon you, the divine feminine, so that we may sit in the seat of our feminine power and not fall into their lies and into their deceit and into their filth, because what they are is filthy. They're gross, disgusting, filthy, empty-headed NPCs that spend their days scrolling, and I have no interest in connecting with that kind of filth. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and we want the energy here to be very clean, very precise, and very in the name of God, as you perceive God in the name of Source. Yeah, and I just ask, please, that I give a really great reading and that it's enjoyable, and that we call in the current subscribers, we call in future subscribers and like-minded individuals who are actually here to enjoy and to build, and that we rebuke all that are here to destroy or tear down. I pray all of this with the purest of hearts and the best of intentions, only ever for the highest and greatest good of myself and those here now and later, the highest and greatest good of humanity, and the highest and greatest good of this universe. Amon Ra Shay Namaste, by the power of three smoted be always works, always a blessing. Okay, guys. Oh! Great job, moderators. You're doing awesome. So mote it be. Okay, yeah, good job. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I talked a lot about the spells I have coming up, but I'm not gonna, okay, I'm gonna just turn off the chat because you guys know I have ADD and I cannot focus. So anyway, I hope it's okay. Bye punker, if you're leaving. But okay, hopefully everyone can still hear me good, right? Thumbs up. Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn off the chat momentarily then. And I'm not going to fall into the insults, even when they're from Jesus people who are just not very Jesus-y at all, are they? Okay, great. Glad you can hear me. Okay, so I talked a lot about the spells that I'm doing, and I talked about how, you know, I haven't been doing spell work because, you know, my health hasn't been the best, and when you're not in good health, you really can't be moving energy like that for yourself, let alone for other people. But I am going to be doing 3 spells over the next, over September and October. Because like I was saying, I'll get into it at a different time because like I said, I just talked about this for 30 minutes. So I've been getting really into Hinduism and just really enjoying learning about it. And I missed Ganesha's birthday because I didn't know what it was until it was, you know, too late. And funny enough, his birthday is a day after Grampy's birthday, which I thought was fascinating. But I'm going to be doing a spell on Wednesday, his day of the week, as far as I could research and understand. Feel free to correct me because I'm not, like, I'm still learning and I'm not trying to offend anybody. Like, I'm just trying to learn. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, and that's what I was saying as well, that I found the Hinduism community to be really welcoming and kind. And there's just been, you know, there are other communities, particularly spiritual or religious, that are just not welcoming, not nice, very much an echo chamber, very hateful, very judgmental, all under the guise of like God and religion and spirituality. And it's been really nice and refreshing. It's also been nice and refreshing to be on a part of the internet that it doesn't just, everybody doesn't just hate each other and try to insult each other all the time. So yeah, I'll be doing a spell with Lord Ganesha because he is the destroyer of all obstacles, and Shiva said that he would be petitioned first. He made that a rule. So I will be doing that spell Wednesday, September 17th. That is up on my site, and there's more of a description up there of what I will be doing. And then October 1st, we will be working with Shiva and Shakti for the divine masculine, divine feminine connection. I want to keep that one a bit more secret and sacred, especially, you know, when we've got the issues we've been having with these trolls and stuff. But that one's going to be really nice too. And then it's not up on my website yet, but I'm going to be doing a really cool, like, shed spell. So, like, you know how, like, how snakes shed their skin. And when I think of the Hindu gods and goddesses, I find them to be very arachnid almost, with all their arms, right? Because they have 4 arms, 6 arms, 8 arms, depending on how they're presenting. And what does a spider do but shed its exoskeleton? So I have a really cool shed spell planned for right before Diwali. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But I'm excited. I'm gonna be celebrating and participating in that this year as well, in my own way, right? Like, to the best of my ability. And yeah, we're gonna do that shed spell, and I'm gonna make special soap for it. And I ordered these like organic like loofah sponges and sea sponges. So like, when you get the spell, you'll also get like these, because I thought we could exfoliate. So if we're literally like shedding, it would be nice to have like a really good exfoliation. So you'll get the sea sponge and the loofah, and then also whatever kind of like custom soap I make for that working. So the Ganesha working is up on my site, the Shiva Shakti working is up on my site, and yeah, and we're going to get into this pick a card. Also, guys, tomorrow, please look out on my community page for the, I'm doing self-interpret messages, so for very, very cheap. And it's not like ask me 100 questions for very cheap. If you need to ask me 100 questions, just book a regular service, please, because I'm not going to answer them. If you just send me $5 and ask me 100 questions, you have to get a more in-depth reading for more in-depth issues, right? But we're doing self-interpret tarot pulls, so just look out on my community page tomorrow, because I will have that up at some point tomorrow. So I'll just check the chat, make sure everyone can hear me. Yes, need more of your soaps. Oh, good. Thank you, Teresa. Y'all, you moderators, you guys are the bestest. Aye, aye, Captain. Okay, cool. All right. Perfect. Thanks, guys. All right. I'm just going to leave the chat running and just try not to get distracted. Positive vibes. Thank you. That's what we're looking for. So let's get into the 3 groups. So I have new soap in my shop. I didn't really post it yet, but I've just been like periodically adding stuff to the shop. A lot of it is on sale right now because I want to make new stuff. Like I'm getting that like creative inspiration to make new things. So I put a lot of my old stuff on sale so that I can, you know, make space for the new. And right now I have some really cool soaps in the shop. So we have the classic, right? We have the classic Sex and Date Night. That one's always fucking... it's always so good. So we have that on the shop right now, and all of them are like Halloween themed because, you know, it's just cool and like fall. Anyway, so we'll have 3 groups today. Let me see which one I want to be which. Oh, I forgot my water, guys. Before we start, I'm gonna grab my water, and you guys should grab your waters too so we all stay hydrated. I'm also going to get back to making ASMR videos. Now that I'm feeling a bit better, I'm going to get back to making... Sorry, that was like a close-up of my side of my face and my shoulder. On my other channel. Because I just fell off when I wasn't feeling so good. Are the soaps cruelty-free? So I don't test on anybody, and I get my soap base is Cindapore, which is from Candle Science, and it's a really nice like soft soap that's for sensitive skin. And I also get fragrance sometimes from Candle Science, or what is the other one? Nature's Garden. And my mica, it's just like regular mica to color it. But the Cindapore, it can be used as shampoo or hand soap or body soap. It's like, the only place I wouldn't put it is your face, because it does have like fragrance and stuff. The face and the down below face, if you know what I mean. It ain't for those sensitive areas. But everything else is very good for sensitive skin. Like I give it to my my little cousin who has like eczema, and she's fine with it. But yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it's cruelty free, like, because Candle Science is like a reputable place, and I'm certainly not testing it on anybody but myself. So yeah, and then they're all magical, so they have certain magical intentions that I put into them. I put my potions into them, and yeah, so okay, we have 3 choices today. Like I said, we have the Sex and Date Night soap that's up in the shop, that is available. And then we have, okay, which order do I want to do them in? Okay, we're gonna do this one as group 1. So this is group 1. This one is Ancient Kemetic Womb Healing. So I made an Ancient Kemetic Womb Healing potion, which was really potent and powerful. And I put that in this soap, and it's supposed to look like a little hot cocoa or something like that. So those are like little marshmallows. You can't really like see them too well through the screen, but they're little, I made little embed marshmallows and little embed whipped creams, and I put cutie little, like this is food, like you could eat this. One of my, obviously not the soap, but you could eat these sprinkles, like anything. I like to try to put, when I put something like on my body, I like when it's something that I know would be safe to eat, right? So like if I'm using herbs, I want it to be like a food safe herb, and like, yeah, so these are just little sprinkles, but it's just a cutie little hot chocolate tea soap, and it smells like campfire. It's called Campfire Marshmallow is the scent, and it does smell, it smells like kind of like smoky and marshmallowy. Oh, that's okay, Hannah. Thanks for helping us out while you did. Enjoy listening while you're doing your work. Yes, I ordered a soap this week. I love her soaps. They're so moisturizing. Thank you, Katie. Yeah, and then Katie brings us to our next soap, which is the best fall ever. So, you know, last year we did a best fall ever spell, and then we did a best summer ever spell last year, and I made best summer ever potion because, like, it's just very much, like, it's what it sounds like. It's like, I want to have the best fall ever, like the best summer ever. Very clueless coded, right? So this will be group 2. These are miscellaneous. There's all different kind of like characters on the different best fall ever soaps. So there's different like fall characters. But what does this one smell like? This one smells like candy corn. I forgot. This one smells like candy corn. And it's really a nice one. And then the Sex and Date Night soap smells like caramel apples, if you were wondering about that, because we switched it up a little for fall vibes. And then group 3, you're going to be this protection soap. So this is, he's got eyes. These are just sprinkles too, but he's got eyes and a little skull and crossbones on his third eye. And this has my protection potion in it. The best fall ever has, I made like a soap blend of best fall ever because I used the Botanica soaps in my soap as well. That's like part of what gives it its magical properties. And this one smells like quote unquote bitches brew. So instead of witches brew, the scent is called bitches brew, and it's like a nice like spicy kind of like herbaceous spicy scent. You make such darling things. Thank you, Daisy. Thanks, Teresa. Teresa, you are on it tonight. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Candy corn soap, how creative and yummy. Thank you. The symbol on my forehead is for Shiva, because I've been learning more about Hinduism. So, lovely hair. Thank you. Okay, guys, so I'll hold all 3 groups up together, and then we're going to have a fun little Friday night card. Pick a card. Okay, so we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. You can listen to all the groups, or you can pick one. I mean, you can listen to all of them, pick one, pick 2 of them, do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what the hell to do. Do whatever the hell you want. And, but yeah, pick whichever one resonates best with you, and then we'll get your messages, so. Okay. Guys, one of the things I said when I was on mute was that I had felt guilty for trolling the trolls, which is a tale as old as time with me. Like, every time I snap at the trolls, I always feel guilty. I always feel guilty after. And so I was, like, confessing my guilt while it was silent. Because I just felt bad, man. I just, you know, people fucking bully me, and then I bully them back, and then I'm like... And then I, like, feel bad about it. But whatever. Okay, let's get into it. Happens to the best of us. Never feel guilty for trolling trolls. They deserve it. Yeah, I took it a little too far, though. But, hey, it's okay. All right. Let's get into this. So this is for group 1. If you are group 1, you can put it in the chat. Okay, let's see. This is going to be fun. All right, a nice little light topic. My nose is itching, so if you are in separation with your person, they might be coming back. You might be getting some kind of communication. You might see them. You might run into them somewhere. I'm kind of getting the run into them somewhere vibes. Like if you're out, almost like when you're out doing something fun. So like if you're out, I'm seeing for some of you, if you like to go to the club, like you like to go out dancing, out to the bar, out dancing, line dancing even for some of you. But I feel like you might see, or if you're going to a party or hanging out with friends, like while you're enjoying yourself in a high frequency and doing something fun, you might run into them. So let's go ahead and see. Have mercy on yourself. This is your channel, Dutchess. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Live for the womb healing. That was one of my favorite oils. I know, I have to make it again. See, the problem is, guys, I didn't write down all my recipes. So I have like a grimoire basically where I put all my potion recipes. And I was really good at remembering to write them down for a while. And then I got to a point where I just think I forgot. And then I'd go to flip back and be like, okay, how can I recreate this? And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't write it down. So I have to make new and improved ones. So anyway, group 1. What are their fantasies? What are their fantasies? Let's see. What is their person? What are their fantasies right now? The moon? Yeah, I feel like they want to dance with you, because why does that lobster look like it's dancing? I feel like their fantasy is like seeing you out while you guys are like out at a bar, out at a club, out doing something fun, out at a party, and they just want to like dance the night away. And I'm just hearing Michael Jackson like, wanna be starting something, I wanna be starting something. I think their fantasy right now is to accidentally run into you somewhere where you guys are having fun, and then literally just like have a wild night. Like just go out, and it's like you start at one bar and then you're going to the next one, and then before you know it you're like excuse me excuse me throat chakra. You or them could be having some throat chakra shit. If you're not in communication, or it's been a while since you've talked, or you were having some trouble with communication, and could be directly related to the throat throat chakra. Past life stuff too. Past life throat chakra stuff as well, because I just saw like past lives in my mind. Okay, so their fantasy is like I was saying, it's like you're at this club and then you're at this bar, and then like before you know it you're like in the middle of a field with like cows, and you're like hanging out with the cows, and then now it's like 4 a.m. and you're like, let's go to a cemetery, and like just like where the night takes all, like The Hangover, right? So like how it's like they end up in like all over Vegas, and it's like they have to retrace their steps, and they realize what a wild night they had. So it's almost like their fantasy right now is to just run into you. Also too, if you got in a fight where you're giving each other the silent treatment, their fantasy is to run into you while you guys are already in a happy mood, so that it's easier for you guys to mend whatever happened. And for some of you, they're hoping to run into you while doing something fun where there's like, quote unquote, I just heard in my head, liquid courage. So like if there's someone who like is more shy, their fantasy is to like see you while they're out and maybe have a couple drinks in them, so they feel more confident to be able to speak to you and connect with you. Thanks for the hearts, guys. I see all the little hearts you're leaving, and thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's see what else. I just heard howl at the moon. This person wants to howl at the moon with you. Maybe they know you're into like the esoteric, into spirituality, into witchcraft, whatever. Obviously, if you're here and you're here on purpose, that's because you're into this kind of stuff. So I feel like they have this fantasy of like, show me your ways. Like, because you know how like you always see like the memes and shit of it's like, oh, me and like girls' night, and it's like girls like in a witch circle around the fire howling at the moon and shit like that. Like all those like cliche kind of trendy meme like things, I feel like they've seen them before, because if this person like isn't into spirituality, they've probably seen the memes and stuff like that. And so it's like their fantasy is like that they see you out, that y'all are already having fun, that you have a little liquid courage in you, and then you guys just end up doing like crazy shit, like howling at the moon and doing your like fucking weird little, I don't know, rituals and things like that. Like their fantasy is to do that, and they want you guys, why is this happening? Why is this happening in my throat right now? There could also be an attack on your throat chakra. Like there could literally be like an attack on your throat chakra or their throat chakra. And like I was saying, it could be coming from past lives. This also too is like I said, like how that little like lobster looks like he's like having a little dance party and stuff. They really want to dance with you. I just heard they want to see you under the moonlight, and they also would like to dance with you like under the lights. I just heard Lights by Ellie Goulding, but you know how like when you go to a club or a rave or like a festival or something, and there's all these like lights, right? It's very psychedelic. There's a lot of lights flashing. It's like they want to see you like dancing under the lights because they think you'll look very majestic. So what else are there? Fantasies. I'm group 1 and I'm working on my throat chakra. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. We have the Hermit. What the hell? I just heard paint me like one of your French girls. What the fuck? Okay, so I think this person... Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands, the Hermit, the Two of Swords, and the Emperor. So I think this person keeps people very at a far distance. Either that or you do. You're very, very private. You both could be very private and very, spend a lot of alone time and keep your cards very close to your chest and not share a lot about yourself. They could not share a lot about themselves to others either, but there's something about the two of you that makes each other open up. And, their fantasy is almost for you to like break down their walls and see them in this Emperor frequency, because I think people kind of get them wrong because, okay, so you know how like when you're like quiet, sometimes people think you're a bitch or like think you're like mean or something just because you're not talking, when in reality you're just shy or you don't have much to say. I feel like their fantasy right now is for you to see past their walls and for you to see past what they show the world and to see who they truly are, to see them in their true essence. I think one of their deep desires in life, right, is to be seen, which I think a lot of people have that desire to be seen. And so I think one of their deep desires in life is to be seen, and I feel like that's what their fantasy is they want you to like pull off the blindfold, because the Two of Swords in the regular deck is a blindfolded woman. So it's like to pull off the blindfold and see behind the curtain. And look, even they're like lightly reaching out to each other, like trying to like see, like test the waters. So I think too that they have a bit of a fear of like, so if this person is very shy or has a hard time like speaking up or asking like people out or asking like to hang out with people, whatever, I think they're afraid that they're gonna lose their opportunity to hang out with you. And so their fantasy is for them to just, I just saw like, you know when you watch a movie and like the character is like in their head and they're like imagining themselves being like cool, or they're imagining themselves in a way that they are not. So it's almost like this person's very shy. And they kind of like have these fantasies of like being like the cool guy and like walking up to you and like sweeping you off your feet and like, yeah, baby, like get on the back of my motorcycle. We're going to ride into the sunset. And it's like they have so much to offer, but they're very, very shy and they have a lot of walls up. And they also, I feel, could have been hurt in the past as well here with the Seven of Wands. So they could have had some kind of meaningful romantic relationship that ended up hurting them very badly. And then dude, my throat. Okay, this throat thing that I'm having feels like it's from a mother. So if you have like a negative relationship with your mother, or they have a negative relationship from their mother, there could be a lot of evil eye or like blockages coming from a poor mother relationship. But yeah, they fantasize about being able to sweep you off your feet and dance the night away with you and have like a really crazy time. Like they just want to like go and be crazy and do crazy things, and it's almost like they're a very like organized, down to earth person, and they have fantasies about one day just like throwing caution to the wind and just taking you out on a crazy wild night where it's like a core memory and you both can hold on to it for much time to come. You know what I mean? Okay, so how are they seeing group 1 right now? Like, how are they, like, what is their vision of this person? How are they perceiving them? Thank you, moderators. Okay. Damn! Okay. They're seeing you, like I said, as someone who does not share with just anyone. Because, see, we have Sekhmet here with reduction. They're also seeing you as someone who is very fierce, but there is a part of them that does want to protect you. So it's like, it's not that they want to protect you because they feel like you can't protect yourself. They want to protect you just because they feel like this fierce desire to protect you, which makes sense because we got the Emperor out here, which would be an evolved divine masculine, right? And the evolved divine masculine, no matter what your gender is, an evolved divine masculine is going to be a protector. So it's like they see you as very fierce and not a damsel in distress. Like, you don't need to be saved, but it's like I just heard that song, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. But at the same time, they do want to protect you, and they do want to support you, and they do want to be that masculine rock in your life. They see you as someone who's very expansive and knowledgeable, and that you have a lot of knowledge in otherworldly things. Like I was saying, it's like, they kind of want you to teach them like your esoteric ways and things like that. Like, they see you as someone who's very otherworldly, and they feel like your flower, like, okay, so you can take that in a dirty way, of course, but like, almost like, if we're thinking, when I'm thinking of it, it's almost like your essence, like your heart, your soul, like, you're a very rare flower. And so if they could just have like a little bit, like a little taste, a little smell, a little whatever, like, they just feel like it's very rare and very beautiful, and that what you present to the world is also very rare and very beautiful because you're different maybe than other people that they have met, or they just feel like you're different. And even if it's not that you're like so much different from other people, the way you make them feel is different. I just heard Michael Jackson again, 2 Michael Jackson songs. So the way you make me feel. And then we have Hera, commitment, and White Buffalo Woman, peace. So, like I said, they know that you don't need someone to save you. They know that you... I'm sorry about my throat, guys. I can't stop clearing it since I had the initial choking spell in this group. So, sorry if that's annoying that I keep clearing my throat. Hey, if their fantasies, whatever, but if you guys do reconnect, like I was saying, my nose is itching, they might have, like... when they're trying to talk to you, they might need to clear their throat a lot, or they might actually have like a shaking voice, or like be like, I'm so sorry, I don't know why, like my throat is very clogged right now. But yeah, here with the commitment card, it's like they know you don't need to be saved. They know you don't need to be committed to someone, but they do want that with you, especially here with the Hermit card, because they are afraid that they could lose you to someone else if they don't show up in the way that they're supposed to show up. And then here with the White Buffalo Woman, they see you as very, very healing, and also knowing what you want. I just heard knowing what you want and also knowing what the hell you don't want. So you're someone who's very confident in, like, you're not going to put up with stuff that's not in alignment with you, right? So it's like, you know what you want in a person, you know what you don't want in a person, and you're not settling for less. And you're not going to put up with things that are no longer in alignment and that are not supportive to what it is that you do or don't want, basically. So, and they also feel like they could be a good support to you here. You bring them peace, and they kind of just want to, like, hide away from the world with you. And they feel like they could just, like, learn so much from you. And they feel when they see you that they gain a lot from the interactions that they do have with you. The amount of songs you mentioned that I sang in chorus is crazy. What? That's so funny. You couldn't be annoying if you tried, Dutch. Oh, thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Daisy. I don't think you've seen me at Ultimate Punchy, though, so don't speak too soon. Just kidding. Okay. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Thank you, moderators. You're doing great. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So they kind of like fantasize about you being like, no, don't go. So, you know, like those, you know how like on like TV shows and stuff, 31 people in here, 31 likes. So 31 could be a significant number for you, or the repeating number 31 could be significant. So you know those shows that are like, you hang up first, no, you hang up first, no, you hang up first. It's very much that energy. Like they fantasize about you guys being kind of like mushy and romantic and like having a hard time, like they want to feel wanted by you, because it's like they want you, so it's like I want you to want me. It's like they want to feel wanted by you. And they fantasize too just about like holding you and kissing you, because look, both of those, they're like in for a kiss. So they fantasize about like romance. That might be hard for them to admit, because I'm kind of hearing like, ugh, like so cheesy. It could be hard for you to accept romance. It could be hard for them to admit that they want romance, but they definitely do. And they fantasize about holding you. And they fantasize about how they could make this work. Like, how could they make this work? Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help to bring you together. So I feel like this card is saying that it's like, if you've been thinking about them a lot, just know that they're thinking about you too. And obviously don't be too much into Lululand. Like if you haven't talked for 20 years, I mean, anything's possible. Anything is freaking possible. Am I right? So whatever, if you haven't talked for 20 years, it's possible, but don't be too delulu. But for those of you who like, you can feel that, like you're like, I feel like I can feel them thinking about me, or like you're thinking about them and then the matrix like gives you a sign that like points to them and it's like very specific and you're like, am I crazy? Like Spirit's saying like, no, you're not crazy. Like you're not. You're both kind of pulling on each other's energy. Your prayers, affirmations, visualizations help to bring you together. So you're both thinking and visualizing about each other. So that's all I have for you, group one. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, we will get on to group twos now. I'm still feeling guilt and shame for my very rude comment at the troll, but that's okay. Yo, Chrissy's, when we went to Salem, I climbed on the witch because, okay, this is what happened. We saw a girl living her best life on the Bewitched statue, and she looked so happy and she looked so cute, and she was like sitting on it and she was like, yeah, like she just looked so high vibrational. And it was like very late at night, so there was just like a bunch of other like people out that had just been like, because we found a club, we had a dance party, it was very fun. And so it was kind of just like a lot of dance party people. So everyone was like cool and the vibes were good. Excuse me. And then I was like, oh, I want to do that. But it was like the next day. And the vibes were not immaculate, guys, because I went to get on that statue. And first of all, I didn't climb it right because she's like on a broom. When I tell you that, like, my ass, like, it was so uncomfortable. The broom was like in places it shouldn't be. Okay, we're just gonna say it like that. It was in places it shouldn't be. Okay, and don't run with that too far. I was fully clothed, we were fine, but it didn't make it comfortable or enjoyable, I'll tell you that. And then this group, there was like a tour group coming up, and it was like a group of boomers who were very quietly, passive-aggressively commenting on me being on the witch. And so the guy who was like leading the tour was like, she's on the witch. why is she on the witch? And it was just like all these boomers were wearing their like polo shirts tucked into their khaki shorts, and they were wearing like socks, ankle socks and sandals, and they were all just like looking at me. Like nobody yelled at me, nobody confronted me, nobody was like, get down from there, you heathen. Like it wasn't like that at all, but it was a very quiet judgment while I was also feeling horrible, because I was like, was this a mistake? Like this is not good. Like this feels horrible. Like what have I done? I'm uncomfortable. I have a bruise. Like I hit my leg. It like gave me a bruise. Like it just felt horrible. So then Chrissy got on, and she got on it properly. She learned from my mistakes. She got on it properly. She had no issues. Nobody confronted her. Everyone was like, you know, she looked great. Everything was great. And she felt good about it. Well, let me tell you, I was in shame. I was in shame for our entire walk home, which was like 12 minutes maybe. So I was just like walking in shame, and she's like talking to me, and I'm like, sorry, I'm still overcome with shame. And she's like, I can literally feel it. Like she could literally feel my shame from the statue sitting situation. And so, yeah, that's what I'm having now with what I said to that troll. I'm feeling shame for being pulled out of my integrity and really roasting a troll. But I'm getting over it, guys. It just takes me a little while to get over my shame. She is not conforming. Yeah, guys, it was a sight. It happens. Okay, so let's get on to group 2. Water under the bridge. Yeah. And guess what? That live is deleted, and half of it was silent, so it's like it never happened. Just kidding. Unless someone was screen recording, but also I'll stand by it. I'll stand by what I said. I gotta stop making up fake scenarios in my head. I fucking do that. I fucking worst case scenario in my head every time of like okay, so like when we were walking back from the statue, I was like, dude, like what if they like in my head it was so ridiculous. I was like, what if they call the police on me? Which is like, you're gonna call the police on a girl for sitting on a statue. Like, that's not realistic. Like, the police have more to do. So in my head, I'm like making up this fake scenario of like the worst case scenario. And then as we're walking, like we hear sirens. I'm like, they're coming for me. It was just a joke. But I was like, oh my God, they're coming. And we were in very recognizable outfits because we were cosplaying as Miss ISA and her grandma from Don Da Don, that anime. So we were in like a very flamboyant, recognizable outfit. So I'm like, they're coming for me. At least no one could hear it, so I don't think he, she, they even got it. Yeah. You're so sweet. I think we're allowed to blow up sometimes and blow off steam. Yes, thank you very much. And thank you, Teresa. Best fall ever soap. That's what we're doing right now. This is group 2, so let's freaking get into it before I just keep rambling forever and ever and ever. Because I'm starting to get hungry, and I got French bread, and I'm excited to eat it. And I got stuff to make sauce tomorrow to make the Italian red gravy of my ancestors. But I had to make my own recipe because my nanny died, so I had to just wing it. But it's still good. Okay. Group 2. Best fall ever soap. Hi. Best fall ever soap. Group 2Z2s. Alright, so what is your person's... what are their fantasies? What are their fantasies right now? Yay, group 2! What are their fantasies? Dun 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 da 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 da. The sun. I just heard, I want to get away. I want to fly away. Your person is fantasizing on about taking you on a nice vacation, possibly, or just kind of like, they could just like fantasize about running away with you, being like, I want to take you away from here, I want to take you away from this place, like, or even like if you both feel deeply affected by kind of the darkness of the times, right? Because 2025 is quite a dark time to be surviving right now. If you're both kind of feeling fatigued with the darkness that is ruling over our reality in this current moment, it's like they fantasize about being able to take you away from all of that. It's like they wish that they could take you somewhere brighter, happier, somewhere where you could be healthier, right? Because so much of like what we deal with is like poison and the air and the food, like the list goes on. So it's almost like I want you to be happier. That song, yeah, whatever. That song, they just wish that they could like take you somewhere where it was like rainbows and freaking butterflies all the time. And of course a place like that doesn't exist, but it doesn't change the fact that that's what they do fantasize about. And here with the Six of Swords, I feel like they fantasize about taking you on a really nice trip. I just heard we're going on a ship in our favorite, or we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, little Einstein. So your person could have children. They could fantasize about having children with you. You guys could have talked about having children someday. Like I said, they could already be a parent and have a child, and they could fantasize about like, oh, like I can't wait until I can introduce this person to my daughter or my son or whatever. They fantasize about like taking you away and just living in like beauty and peace and enjoyment. They also do fantasize about taking you on a really boss-ass vacation. So if like, you guys haven't had the opportunity to travel together, just know that that is something that they fantasize about taking you somewhere really beautiful and relaxing and happy and fun. Here with the Six of Swords as well, if you are long distance with this person, they could fantasize about closing the distance between the two of you, or they could just think all the time, like, once we're, like, if you are in a committed relationship with someone who's long distance, they could think, oh, like, once we move in together, we're going to be so much happier. Like, once we're not across the country from each other, it'll be so much easier. And if you haven't really, like, if you're not necessarily committed to this person, if you do have struggles, even if you have struggles in a committed relationship, either way, when you guys have struggles or you have hard times, I just heard that hard times, hard times by Paramore. So if you have and also, like I was saying, we're just kind of living in hard times. Like, it's just 2025 is kind of just a perpetual hard time since 2020, right? And so it's like they fantasize about kind of, like I said, if there is distance between the two of you that causes like miscommunication or suffering or heartache, they kind of fantasize like things wouldn't be this hard if we just lived closer together. Things wouldn't be this confusing if I could just drive 10 minutes down the road and we could figure this out. You know what I mean? So they fantasize a lot about what it would be like to live with you if you don't already live with them. If you do live with them, I'm really seeing like a house, like a nice house. So they fantasize about giving you like a really nice house, and like they hate when you need. Like, they hate when you go without. They really like to provide for you. They really enjoy providing for you, whether that's emotional support or actual, like, financial support or whatever kind of... Hey, Indigo! Hi! Hi, Indigo. Oh, Suchita's here, too. Sorry, guys. I got a little distracted. Your phone finally gave you the notification. It's been a wild ride, Indigo. You've missed a lot, but I'm so glad you are here. And hi, Suchita. Nice to see you. Okay, anyway. Sorry, guys. Got distracted by the chat. Okay, so they fantasize about, like, giving you a really nice... Oh, I was saying, they like to provide for you. They like to be able to give to you. They don't like when you are in a state of lack. They like to be in an emperor frequency that can put you on your empress throne. And so it's like they fantasize often about what it would be like if you didn't have barriers. So whether your barrier is, like I said, that you're in a long distance relationship, Or your barrier is that it's like you can't afford to get the nice house, or your barrier is that you've been dreaming of like a vacation forever and you just can't swing it right now. Like whatever the barrier is, they dream of being abundant in the ways that they could break all the chains and barriers that are holding you guys back from your dream life. They fantasize about just being in the quiet with you. So like I said, if your person has kids, maybe they don't get a lot of quiet time. If you have kids together, I'm sure, you know, there is a lot of loud noises throughout your day. And I feel like they kind of just fantasize about being in the quiet with you, but almost the kind of quiet that's like womb space quiet. You know what I mean? Like when you go in a sensory deprivation tank, you're like floating in this thing and your like ears are plugged, so it's like you have very muted sound. It's like they fantasize about getting into some kind of like womb like comforting quiet space with you. Like they're craving quiet. You could live somewhere that's like really loud, and that's why they're like, geez, I wish I could just like take them away from this and take them somewhere peaceful. Peace. They want peace. They fantasize about spending time out in nature with you. Also holding you and hugging you. Look at 3 cards where she's being held. I just heard, I want to take her away from all this. Like she's too pure. And switch it out. It doesn't have to be a she. That's just what I heard in my head. But it's like they think you're too pure for this world. Or they think you're too pure for the situation the two of you are stuck in. And it breaks their heart when your heart breaks. So like if you feel sad, like I said, if you're long distance and you feel like sad that it's like, I just wish I could just drive down the road and get a hug from my relationship. Like I wish I could do that, and it makes you sad. Like when you get sad, it makes them sad. So they fantasize a lot about like fixing the things in your life that make you sad, but it almost feels like the things that are holding you guys back are like outside of your control, if that makes sense, and outside of their control. So it's like if they could fix it, they would, but for some reason they don't have the means or ability to right now. They fantasize about being alone with you. Like I think they really want more alone time, or they want just alone time in general if you haven't had a lot of it. And they fantasize about being very abundant and building something beautiful with you here. Yeah, look, we have the 6 of Pentacles here. So this is a card more of like lack or crumbs or whatever. And he's like at her beck and call. He's like there. He's like, what do you need? What do you need? So it's like, I feel like they wish that like, I really feeling for group 2, like they wish that like money wasn't an object. Like if they could just pay for whatever. They wish that distance wasn't an object, so they could just see you whenever. Like it feels like there's like bigger obstacles that are not going to fix themselves overnight, that they wish that they could just snap their fingers and change it. And they wish that they could just give you what it is that you're asking for, that you need, but it's a little bit easier said than done. And so maybe they're working on it, but they're not quite there yet, and they fantasize about what it will be like when you guys finally get to make that shift. They just wish they could give you more princess treatment than what they're actually able to give you. So it's like they wish that they could spoil you with maybe they wish they could buy you nice jewelry. They wish they could buy you a nice, like I said, nice house, like all the fancy things. And I feel like you don't care about that. Like, I feel like you're like, yeah, that's cool. I like jewelry. I want a nice house. I want all of that. But you're very much in that energy of like, I'm okay that we don't have that right now because I just care about you, or I just love you. I like being with you. And so it's not like you're sitting here trying to gold dig. It's very much their own, like, they would feel like they could be a better quote unquote emperor, and just because they feel that way doesn't mean it's true, right? So like them being able to buy you things doesn't make them a better emperor. It's just their perception, right? So they feel like they could be a better partner to you if they could just snap their fingers and change shit, but that's just not how life is, right? That's just not how life is. Okay, let's see. How are they perceiving group 2? How are they perceiving group 2? So basically their overall fantasy is to wave a magic wand and make it all beautiful and make all the bad go away, you know? Okay, we have Kali, fear. There's a part of them that's a little bit scared that, like, you don't need them, or they could be scared that you're realizing that you don't need them. So, like, let's say this is someone who, because it really does feel like committed relationship, but let's say it's not. Let's say it's a fucking situationship, and you're like, I'm over this. I'm gonna go find I'm gonna go find someone who's gonna be my partner, not someone who's gonna treat me like a booty call. And they have a lot of fear right now that, like, uh-oh, she's realizing she doesn't need me. Or they're afraid that, like, okay, it's almost like that imposter syndrome where they're like, I'm afraid one day she'll realize, like, I'm not good enough or this or whatever, you know what I mean? But they also see you as, like, fiercely protective and no nonsense and just a very powerful, very, very powerful divine feminine energy here with Kali. It is the dark feminine, right? It's the dark feminine, and it's power and it's destruction and it's chaos and it's demon slayer, right? Like, Kali is a demon slayer, so it's like demon slayer energy and vibes. Yes, thank you to everyone who has liked the live, and thank you to the awesome moderators. I was, like, using those cold things on my face to help, like, drain my sinuses, and I kept going like this with them. I was, like, making myself have a little smile and a little frown. They see you as very sexually attractive because we have Quitesh, pleasure. So they see the two of you as extremely sexually compatible. They see you as very sexually attractive, and they see you as very desirable. So that could be kind of like why they're worried that you might end up, like, leaving them or choosing someone else over them. But they feel a very strong sexual chemistry between the two of you. A lot of this dark feminine. So exactly, okay, the fatal attraction. What scares them is also what draws them to you. So they enjoy this dark feminine energy, but the dark feminine, I just heard, is a lot to hold. Like, when you're a divine masculine and you hold the frequency of loving a dark feminine woman, like, it's kind of a lot to hold. So, but at the end of the day, they see you as very loving, compassionate, and evolved, because we have Kuan Yin, and she is an ascended master, and she was literally, like, feral for a while, and, like, because she got so fucking traumatized by war that she just, like, literally went to be feral in the mountains, and then had to come back to her state of, like, peace and tranquility, and it took a lot for her to heal and overcome that trauma. So they see you as someone who's overcome a lot in your life and not let it change you. That's why you're no nonsense, right? But you also have a really big heart, and you're really loving and compassionate, and they see you very much in that heart chakra frequency. They could also really like your titties, because her titties are sticking out to me right now. And we do have the pleasure card. And then we have Amaterasu, self-esteem, and self-trust. So you have a lot of we have Rhiannon with self-trust. So they see you as someone who, like, I just heard know thyself. So you know who you are, and you trust your intuition, which is maybe something that they're not as good at. So maybe they're more logical, and they're not as good as just, like, listening to their intuition or their heart, or they could be a people pleaser, so they don't follow their heart because they're trying to make other people happy. But they see you as someone who's confident enough to not people please and to trust yourself and to set boundaries with people. Okay, let's see these cards. Hi. Yeah, like I said, they fantasize about taking you away. I just heard, take me away, a secret place. Pocket full of sunshine. So it's time to disconnect from the world, right? Yeah, like I said, they just want to take you away from here. They want to take you away from this world. They want to take you away. They want to take you somewhere that's just like nicer, more enjoyable, more relaxed, on a vacation possibly. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So this is very much... Oh, and look, there's like a guardian angel. You guys could have a guardian angel watching over this relationship. Yeah, this person really freaking wants to take you on a trip. Because enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So they often fantasize about taking you on a nice vacation, but like I said, just taking you to a safer, happier, healthier world where you don't have to worry about that shit. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Can you explain that? Okay, so this is just a side note. Spirit is saying that you need to clear some energy from your past relationship because this could be the one. So if you're not already like in a committed relationship or a marriage or whatever with this person, one of the blocks that you two could be experiencing is your exes. So they could have to release and clear some energy from their ex, and you could have to release and clear some energy from your ex. So I kind of talked about it on Patreon, how I realized that like my abusive ex's voice it's like at times my inner critic. So it's like I haven't had anything to do with him for 8 years, but sometimes his voice comes creeping in to insult me as like my inner critic. And so it's like, yeah, like he's gone, like we're released, it's gone, but there's still some things, right, that need to be cleared. And so I feel like that's what it's saying is like whatever hurt or suffering you experienced in a past relationship, when you're able to fully clear that, it's going to help this relationship to blossom more. So that's all I have for you, group 2. And we will get into group 3. Okay, thank you, moderators. Then I gotta go eat some French bread because I'm hungry. I gotta like watch a movie or something, or like a funny TV show after being literally silenced by YouTube. So accurate as usual. Ah, good. Group 3 next. Where are the group 3 people at? Thank you, Teresa. How you doing today, Teresa? And how's your little babe? How is she? I won't say her name. With all the trolls. Right, Katie? Always. Good. Okay, guys. This is for group 3. Oh, this fell right out. This is for those of you who chose the protection soap, which I think I am going to wash with protection soap after this, after all that shit that just went down. Okay, so what do they fantasize about? Okay, group 3, your person, like, okay, I feel like your person has to make a lot of important decisions. You know when you get decision fatigue? Because, like, you have to make a lot of really important decisions at once, and then eventually you get burnt out because you're like, I just don't know if I'm making the right decision. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. So I feel like your person is someone who's like, maybe they're like at a high level in work and they're like a manager, or maybe they're a parent and they have to make a lot of choices for their kids or kid, or maybe they have, you know, this is very specific, but someone could have like an elderly family member that they're taking care of, or a sick family member that they're taking care of, and there's like a lot of decision making in that, right? And you want to be making the right choices because someone else is depending on you. And so here with the Hierophant, I feel like it's like a lot of people look to them for advice. A lot of people look to them for decision making, and a lot of people look to them as a leader. They fantasize about you dominating over them. So I'm definitely getting sexual vibes from this, but also the energy of like, you choose where we go out to dinner. You choose the movie. You, like, they kind of just want you, they want to be like soft and submissive with you because they have to be so on and masculine and like we're doing it, like that's their energy all the time. So it's like with you, they fantasize about being able to just submit to you and let you kind of take the reins and let you make some choices and let you kind of also, like I said, a very spicy energy here too. They're they're fantasizing about letting you wear the pants. So yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card. For some of you, if they're like in corporate or they're like a workaholic, like they work a lot, they have a lot of fantasies about like having a soft life instead. Like, it's like, it's almost like, you know, when you like reach goals that you wanted at one point and then you get them and then sometimes they feel kind of unfulfilling, like once you've had them for a while and you kind of want something different. It's almost like this person climbed their way to the top in their career and then they realize, like, I actually just want like a good woman and I just want a family and I just want like a soft life. And so it's like they fantasize often about just like you know, like in the movies when they're like, you don't have to fire me, I quit. And I just saw a guy like who was like at a desk like taking off his tie being like, I'm going home to my woman, you know, like they fantasize about literally leaving it all behind, like their work and everything that like people are depending on them for and just living a soft life committed to you. Where, dude, I just heard, yes, Miss Trunchbull. Remember that from Matilda? That's so weird. Matilda could be a synchronicity for you, or just like authority, right? So maybe they had to listen to authority their whole life and they were like, all I want is to be the authority. I'm tired of people telling me what to do. And so they climb and they climb and they make it all the way to the top where they're the authority. And now that they're the authority, they're like, wow, this is actually exhausting. Like, I have decision fatigue. I don't want to do this anymore. I want someone else to do it. And so it's very much like, they're just tired. They're just tired of it. And they want to be wrestled by you. Miss Trunchbull. Yeah, she was a bitch. They want to be wrestled by you. They want to be... There's a lot of sexual energy here. They have a lot of sexual, spicy fantasies about you. Could be into your feet, too, because he's about to stick that foot in his mouth. I just feel like they want to be like... They just want to be your little minion. Like, they have fantasies about submitting to you and just being your little minion. Look, even at the bottom, she's on top of him. She's dominating over him, and he's just enjoying the view. They could also have, like, they like the chase or like a humiliation fetish, because look, she's like looking away from him and she's got her fan and she's like, I really could care less about you. It's like that, I always reference this, that episode of Bob's Burgers where Tina is like, she's got two boys fighting over her, and so she keeps like kind of like rubbing the other guy Josh in Jimmy Jr.'s face. And so he keeps being like, please go to the dance with me, please go to the dance with me. And she's like, sorry, like, I'm going to this dance, like, no. And he's like, the more you say no, the more I want you. And it's very much that energy, like, the more you, like, detach and act like, dude, I could care less, like, whatever, you're very much in that, like, I just heard high priestess energy. So, like, not like sharing all your information, very mysterious, very knowledgeable, very much like, tell me why I should care because I've got shit to do. That's what they want. They like that boss energy because, like I said, they're tired of being the boss. And so it's almost like, I'm not telling you to be toxic, like certainly don't be toxic with this person, but they like when they have to chase you, right? Because if it's a man, men are like that. Men like the chase. I mean, they don't like to be dicked around, but they like a healthy chase, right? I think you are describing me, except I am not professionally accomplished. Wow, cool. But you gotta be a leader in some way then, right? Even if you're not professionally accomplished, you're a leader and people look to you. Like I said in the beginning, it could be you're taking care of like a family member or children or something like that. But yeah, they definitely, they fantasize about you taking control and then being submissive to you because they're tired of all. This person could be super uptight too. Like they could be very uptight, very regimented, very scheduled, and that they just want to like let loose and relax. This person fantasizes about you guys being like out on a date or like out doing something fun or something like that, and you just can't keep your hands off them and you make the first move and you just make out with them because you're just so attracted to them. Like I said, they want you to take charge. And look at, just kidding, look at, she's got her leg around him, she's like grabbing on him, like she's pulling him in, and he's like, whoa, 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 okay, cool, sounds good to me. And so, yeah, it's very much the fantasy of, like, you taking control, them being free from their decision fatigue and having to do all the work and make all the choices and do all the whatever. So it's like they want to chase you, but they want to chase you so that you then are like, I can't keep my hands off of you. Get over here. I'm wrestling you down, you know? So yeah, okay, let's see how they're perceiving you right now. Thanks for the likes, guys. This is a wonderful amount of likes. Yeah, hope. You give them hope. And also, they really like the way you move. I just heard that Santana song, like, I like the way you move, do, 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 because she always looks like she's dancing to me in the waves. So they very much like to watch you move. They could like to watch you dance. They like the way your body moves. Yeah, and almost it looks like she has like a sword or a baton or something in her hand. So like I said, they just love when you take charge. And if you're like possessive over them, they actually really like that. So like if you're out somewhere and like another person tries to talk to them and you're like, excuse, what a resting bitch face is that? It's like, excuse me, bitch, get away from my man. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Like, they like that. They like that. Not, obviously not like crazy toxic jealousy, like the healthy kind where it's like, excuse me, no. It's a no. Don't talk to them. But you give them a lot of hope and you help them be less rigid because like I was saying, they're very rigid in certain ways. And so you help them with like flow and more movement. They're showing me like the Tin Man when he gets, like when they use the oil can because he's all stiff at first and then, you know, they use the oil can and he's like, oh my gosh, I've been stuck like that for so long. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like they've been stuck this way for so long. And it's like you bring out like the inner child, you bring out the fun in them. And you help them to feel hope and be less rigid and all of that. Yeah, you grease them up. Actually, like a greased pig, right? Because don't people chase after greased pigs? So that's pretty funny. Damn, that's enlightening. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's see how else they're perceiving you. And as this person in the chat, which I don't think I can pronounce your name, I'm sorry. As they're saying, oh, I think you're describing me. These readings are always, like I said, just change it as it fits. So, like, I'm saying you, but it might actually be about the person you're interested in, right? So, like, that's why when you watch tarot and stuff, they're like, oh, cross-watchers welcome, because it's, you never really know how the energy's gonna land. Okay, Persephone's cycles. They're seeing you? Okay. I just heard a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. So, Persephone was kidnapped, right? But then she ends up being, like, embracing her role and being, like, the queen of the underworld. And so it's very much, you could give off that energy of like, oh, I'm just so sweet and I'm so nice and I'm so this, I'm so that. But then like when people fuck with you, it's like, bitch, who are you talking to? Who are you fucking with? Like, I don't think you really want to go there right now. I don't think you really want to do this right now. And so they really like that about you. They see you very much also in that dark divine feminine, like from the previous group. And they see you as someone who can command a room. Like, they feel like when they go places with you, like, people, like, turn their head to look at you, or people want to talk to you, or, like, when you talk, people listen. So, like, I have this really weird moment in time, like, I guess I'll share it. So, before Matt Rife became very famous, he was on his way to getting famous, but before he became like really like stupid fucking famous, my friend is really into stand-up comedy. Before it was like a trend to be into stand-up comedy, like she's been into it for years, and she wanted to go see him because she found him back before he was really, like I said, very well known. And so we went to one of his shows because he came to Connecticut, and so it was a very small venue, and we got the passes to be able to like meet him after. And we were like talking to him, and she and him were like having a conversation, and they were just like talking about something. I think they were talking about like, if I'm remembering correctly, they were literally talking about how like Haley Williams, this is the second time Paramore is coming up, that's so weird. Haley Williams' mom was like a big fan. It was like reaching out to him and was like, oh, I'm like a huge fan. He's like, you're a huge fan of me, like I'm a huge fan of your daughter, like what the fuck. And so they were kind of like, they were looking at each other talking like that, and then I just kind of was the peanut gallery, and I was like, that's so weird. And then everyone in the room, because there was like a whole line of people like waiting, and so it's really awkward when you like meet a celebrity anyway, like it's just kind of weird because it's like a weird dynamic, but it's also weird because everybody's staring at you. Like it's just like that's kind of, I guess, the weird thing about being a celebrity is people are just staring at you all the time. And so I was like, that was so weird. And then him and her just snap their necks to like look at me. And then everyone else just looked at me, and I was like, like, no, I wasn't trying to like add something to the conversation. I was just being the peanut gallery. So that was one of those weird moments. And like also when I went to Miami and I met Mariana, that was like really cool. And we went to this museum, and there's just so much lore behind that meeting. But she was like, what's with the stairs? She's like, I feel like every time I look, there's people like staring at us. And I was like, I don't know, girl, that just happens sometimes. So anyway, all that to say is like, you're a strong woman or a strong person, and you can definitely command a room. People want to talk to you. People listen when you have to what you have to say. You do not take nonsense. And also here with Athena strategy, you're very smart. They see you as someone who's very smart, very intellectual, very well spoken, and someone who thinks before they act. So obviously nobody's perfect. There are going to be times when you act off of emotion, but I think most of the time you think before you act on something. And so they're also seeing you as someone who's very concerned with justice and like doing what's right and bringing justice to whatever situations you're in. Oh, remember I said this was a spicy group? We got Quitesh again, the pleasure card. Okay. And now let's get these cards. Group 3. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. They're fantasizing about taking your relationship to the next level. They could be fantasizing about getting engaged to you, fantasizing about what ring they would get you. Let's see, what else? Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. They fantasize about opening up to you more. So maybe they're a bit more closed off because, like I was saying, they have to be more rigid in the way that they go through the world. And so they fantasize about opening up to you more, sharing more with you, just being more vulnerable, open, and honest with you, which makes sense because, like, the submission aspect of it all. They want to submit to you, right? Like I said. Separation. So if you are in separation, this is your sign that this person's heart is hurting. they do miss you. If you thought they didn't care, if you thought that they didn't miss you, that's just not true. They do miss you, and it hurts their heart. Look at how he's like having a heart attack. He's like gripping his heart like, oh, heart. And she's like on her deathbed. You both, like, and like I said, if they're more rigid and more like they don't really share their emotions and stuff, it's going to be harder for them to express those feelings. And so if it felt like they didn't care, it's not that they didn't care, it's just that they don't always know how to show and express their emotions. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So if you are in separation, Spirit is just saying to trust that it'll work out how it's supposed to, right? But also one of the reasons that they have a hard time sharing and opening up is because they have a hard time trusting. So they fantasize about being able to trust you to a point where they can just fully be themselves and express themselves and take this to the next level of commitment. So that's all I have for you, group 3. I hope you liked that. Please like if you liked, comment, subscribe, all that fucking good shit. But I'm tired, guys. I've been on here for 2 hours if you count the other live, because the other live was a half hour of talking into the void, and now it's 90 minutes in, so I'm tired. But you are so welcome. Yeah, hydrate. Thanks. I forgot. I need to like chug water after this. Thank you, Miss Dutchess. You're welcome, Jada. Thanks for being here the whole time. It was a long journey, but we got there. Awesome reading. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Daisy. You're welcome, Teresa. Thank you, moderators. Let's all have a moment of silence for the moderators. And now we'll give them a round of applause. You did a great job, guys. We were fighting for our lives for a minute there. We were fighting for our life. Get it? A little dad joke. Great to be in this energy with all the amazing new mods that helped. Yeah, it is nice. It's very nice. Did I not make you a moderator, Katie? I thought I did. Okay, you're a moderator now. I thought I did. It was fun protecting you. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. But yeah, I'm just going to say a prayer and say thank you. Close everything out. Go on and eat your bread and fuel up, Duchess. Thank you, Shin. Yeah. Hey, guys, I have to tell you a story. Obviously not right now because I'm tired and hungry, but I had a crazy moment with the boy that I nanny. That's going to have to be a whole story time. But basically the dog's leash just like severed for no reason, and the dog got away, like their dog. And the little boy, because like the 8-year-old is at school now, so it's just me and the 4-year-old, and I'm not using their names because it's not my fucking kids to be blasting their names all over, so I'm not trying to sound rude. But the 4-year-old, he's with me, and when this is like crunch time and we're like running like chickens with our heads cut off through the neighborhood, and we have to get in the car to like go look to see if we can find him, see how far he's gone. And right before that, we were having so much fun, and he had on 3 hats because he was just being silly, so he like stacked like 3 hats on his head. And so when we got in the car, he had 1 hat on his head, and then he had 2 hats in each of his hands. And I buckled him into his car seat, and I get to go in the driver's seat to start driving, and he goes, "Oh my God, my hats switched hands." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I did not switch my hats. I just watched my hats switch hands." And it was right after I prayed. I was like, "Please, God, let us find him. Like, I need to find him. We can't lose the dog like this." And then it was just a simple, quick prayer. And then as soon as I did that, he was like, "Nikki, my hats switched hands. I didn't switch them. They suddenly switched." And I felt like we timeline hopped, and it glitched 1 hat to the other, like, you know what I mean? I think we glitched, and it was just crazy because he saw it. It was just wild. It was just wild. Yeah, it's a symbol for Shiva. Well, Jonah, you'll have to come back because I gave a whole lecture for 30 minutes and then YouTube made it have no sound, so I'll have to do it again. So you'll have to subscribe and come back for when I give my next little lecture. Be sure to listen back to awesome readings. Yeah, I'll have to listen to it back for sure. But guys, once this posts, send me Halloween movie suggestions in the comments if you want. But all right. Thank you to my guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, Yemaya, Kornika, Sophia, and God's source for allowing me to be the channel through which these messages flow. We thank you for the truth and we thank you for the advice. Bye. Amon Ra, Ashe Namaste, by the power of three, so Modi B, always works, always a blessing. Okay, guys. As you saw, that was the majestic, beautiful ice cream. Sunday is right in, I think I'll just flip it around so you can see Sunday. Hi, Sunday. Hi, Sleepy Goo. Hello. She's like, I'm going back to bed. All right, that's it. I know, Teresa. Ice Cream came to say hi to you. Ice Cream, like, loves Teresa. All right. Don't be rude, Jonah. I don't owe you anything. Okay, bye, guys. And on that note, I love you. See you later.